Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of The Explainer. Let's jump right into this concept from global wealth wisdom because, honestly, it's an absolute game changer. Listen, financial freedom isn't just about working hard. It's about earning in a currency that actually holds its value. Today, we're talking about breaking free from local inflation by building a USD-based income from literally anywhere in the world. So, if your money is losing value faster than you can earn it, stick around. This explainer is exactly what you need.
Now, you've really got to ask yourself, is working hard actually enough if your local currency just keeps dropping? It's incredibly frustrating, right? You put in the grueling hours, you finally get that promotion, but then you hit the grocery store and your money just doesn't buy what it used to. That quiet, constant erosion of your wealth, it basically means working harder in a struggling economy is like running on a treadmill that just keeps speeding up and you're only getting more and more exhausted.
But here's the good news. There is a clear structural solution to this treadmill problem. On one hand, you've got the trap of local inflation, where your purchasing power shrinks every single day despite all your hard work. But on the other hand, look at USD wealth. We're talking about earning in a currency that historically holds its value globally. Moving your income from a vulnerable local economy over to a stable USD-based one, that is the ultimate game changer we're looking at today.
So how do we actually pull this off? Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll quickly cover the currency value trap, then dive into borderless freelancing power, planting digital money trees, the global remote work ecosystem, and finally, changing your personal economy. Let's get into it.
Starting off with Section 1, the currency value trap, and how we actually escape inflation.
Look, to really break free from local inflation, you absolutely must earn in a currency that holds its value. Think about the math here for a second. If your local currency drops, say, 10% against the dollar, but your paycheck is arriving in dollars, well, your purchasing power back home just effectively went up 10%, and you didn't work a single extra minute. You're literally turning macroeconomic forces into a tailwind instead of a headwind. True, lasting wealth building fundamentally relies on making this strategic shift.
All right, moving on to Section 2, borderless freelancing power, where we look at selling your skills globally. Now, think about the power of $20. In a place like San Francisco, that barely buys you lunch these days. But remember, the digital economy has no borders. When you earn a $20 hourly rate from international clients, you aren't just earning money, you are actively leveraging global exchange rates directly to your massive local advantage. It's huge. So how do you tap into those international rates? Well, platforms like Upwork and Fiverr are your direct gateways here. By selling highly sought-after skills, whether that's graphic design, coding, or even AI prompt engineering, you get to bypass your local job market entirely. You're selling directly to clients in the US and Europe.
Which brings us to Section 3, planting digital money trees and building up your digital assets.
I absolutely love this metaphor from the Global Wealth Wisdom text. It says, creating digital assets is like planting a money tree. You know, you put in the hard work to plant the seed just once, but as it reaches a global audience, its growth becomes completely 100% independent of whatever is happening in your local economy.
So what do these trees actually look like in the real world? We're talking about YouTube channels, niche blogs, or selling digital products on platforms like Etsy. Once they grow and start attracting an international audience, you harvest that ad revenue and those sales. And the best part? It's all paid out in USD. Which brings us to a really crucial definition, USD passive income. Basically, it's a hedge against local currency devaluation, created by earning dollars through a global audience. Building these assets isn't just some fun side hustle, it is literal financial armor. It protects your savings against a weakening local currency.
Next up is Section 4, the global remote work ecosystem and how to access those international salaries.
Here is a wild modern reality we really need to embrace. You do not need a physical office to work for a global company anymore. For generations, your zip code completely dictated your earning potential. But today, your physical location no longer limits the caliber of the company you work for, and it certainly doesn't limit the salary you can command. The gates are wide open, guys.
And there's a very clear progression you can follow to enter this dollar-earning ecosystem. Step 1, you can start small with high-quality micro-tasks online. Step 2, you can move into something like data labeling for AI companies. And then Step 3, you leverage remote job boards, places like We Work Remotely or FlexJobs, to connect with companies that pay steady, international salaries.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, changing your personal economy, and looking at the path forward.
Our source material lays it out perfectly. The bridge to earning dollars is built with skills and consistency. And I really want to emphasize that word, consistency. Because, look, it's not magic, right? You have to actually put in the time to learn graphic design, to master prompt engineering, or to consistently publish those blog posts. But those skills, they are your unbreakable bridge to a stable financial future. The overarching lesson of this entire explainer is simply this: stop waiting for the economy to change and start changing your personal economy. You do not have to be a passive victim of macroeconomic shifts anymore. By shifting your income to a globally recognized currency, you are literally rewriting the economic rules for your own household.
So I'm going to leave you with this final, really important question. Will you keep waiting for the economy or change yours today? You have the roadmap now. The next step is just to start building that bridge. Be sure to subscribe for more strategies on building your global wealth. And let's start earning. Thanks for hanging out with me on The Explainer.